April was a strange month. Not only was the weather going crazy, even more than the previous years, there was also a lot of change in the air. The kind of change that demands from you to stay present and seize opportunities. I think I have struggled a little with that this month. Moreover, I feel like I've regressed a little and sought out comfort rather than moving full steam ahead, and that's okay. The spring is coming to an end, and I am slowly moving out of my winter slumber, step by step, very slowly. It feels like I'm about to step over a threshold to a new phase in my life, and I want to stay cozied up in the old just that little bit longer, but the change to come is inevitable. I made an effort to take my drone out to practice, and I managed to take some beautiful footage along the way. And I am super excited for all the future possibilities that this amazing technology holds for me. The weather started off great. It was sunny and warm, and we were ditching our winter jackets. Lots of lovely flowers came out, and I couldn't get enough of all the colours and the scents. Nature was practically coming alive around us. Then the snow came back. It hadn't snowed here for months. It didn't stick around, but it brought along a cold and unwelcoming atmosphere, and even more of a desire to stay inside and be cozy. But we persevered and went for a walk in the forest. We managed to find a secluded spot, a little oasis, where the cold wind wasn't as strong and the sun was enough to keep us warm. And I was in an adventurous mood, so I did a bit of balancing. I have always enjoyed little challenges like that. It's all about being in the moment and taking one step at a time, and simply not overthinking things. In the middle of April, the weather got better again, and it felt like spring once more. Oh, he's so shy. No, there's. So we're having our second wave of spring after the little cold spell. It's gotten very warm and sunny again. I'm always happy to see the cherry blossom come out. We explored new paths around local areas we had already visited. And we visited new places. For example, Kinclavin Bluebell Wood. There weren't any bluebells out just yet when we came, but there was a lot of wildlife. We saw 2 red squirrels and a woodpecker, I think we will be back for the bluebells. We also went back to the village where my partner spent his teenage years and where I lived for a year after I permanently moved to Scotland. We visited the Salmon Ladder and followed the burn up to the River Tay. In the 18th century, a bleach factory was built here, and there were bleach fields where people would spread cloth out in the open to be bleached. This was all done away with eventually, and houses were built on top. But there's still a big concrete pipe which is sticking out into the river. And some people might say it's ugly, but it provides a unique opportunity to stand right in the middle of the river when the water is low. And so we wandered along well-trodden paths and indulged in some memories. And we also picked some herbs along the way, such as wild garlic and stinging nettle. Towards the end of April, we went up a mountain called Mount Blair, finally. You can actually see it from Luncarty, and we have been intrigued for the longest time. It has an easily recognizable conical shape, which you can see from afar, and this mountain is a landmark which signals the beginning of the cairngorms, which gradually reveal themselves as you go up it. This mountain isn't very tall at only 744 meters, but the path leads straight to the top and it's pretty relentless compared to other mountains where you typically go between steeper and flatter parts. I had to pause frequently, but the great view made up for that. There's a cairn and a round view of all the mountains that can be seen on the horizon at the top. And I also brought my drone to get some nice footage of the cairngorms. Right at the end of April, we made another trip to an area that was quite familiar to us, the Loch of the Louse. On the way back, it starts to hail, and there has been quite a few hail showers throughout April. What a strange month it has been. Let me know about your April. Did you have crazy weather like we did? And did you struggle with change? Thank you for watching and take care.